Hey guys. You always are like two of the first ones here. What's up?
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away.
That's right.
Than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it.
What's up, Billy? Billy Yuka or Billy Uka or Bill Yuka. I'm not sure. Is it Billy or Bill? Pause that. Pretty sure that worked, right? Yes. It's saved. Okay.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching.
Billy, gotcha.
Peace out.
Welcome. Oh, I'm watching. I was watching YouTube rebuild engines. There's like a father and son machine shop, and like the father is getting older and trying to retire, and he's trying to teach everything to his son, and it's really interesting. Honestly, that's what this YouTube channel is. It's called Jim's Automotive Machine Shop, and he's passing everything on to his son so he can retire and start farming. But I didn't realize I still had that up on screen. Anyways, what's up, guys? How's it going? Liam, look out. Lady killer Liam went to his girlfriend's Thanksgiving today, so that was cool. I guess they had Thanksgiving on the weekend, so more family could be there, and I went and picked him up. What else? What else is going on? Tomorrow I'll be driving for a few hours, and so Dr. J said we could start doing the RV game tomorrow or Friday. So basically it's like before the holiday or after the holiday. And I was going to try tomorrow to do it. That would start somewhere around after 8 p.m. I said yesterday 6 p.m. She's available. It's actually 8 p.m. I'm just an idiot. I misread her message. And maybe play that RV There Yet game. And maybe. I have to drive for 3 or 4 hours tomorrow. I'll be driving on the road to pick up a piece of equipment for the campground. So I don't know. Depending on how tomorrow, who knows? I might break down. I might fuck something up. I might get stuck in traffic. Who knows? So tentatively, we might start playing that game tomorrow. And that'll be fun to play the game for a little bit and have a break from politics and crazy people on the internet and all that shit. But it's a game called RV There Yet where you have to work together with other players to travel in an RV across the U.S. We're actually headed to China to pick up Atsuko, and we'll see how that works out, but whatever. Anyways, what else we got going on? You guys, I know you guys are probably getting tired of seeing this one person that I keep covering, but I swear to God, he's on the verge of a break, and it's probably going to be bad. It's probably going to make national news because everything he does makes news. It's Ryan Upchurch. Like, I know we're sick of seeing Ryan Upchurch. I get it. But the more manic he gets, like something's bound to snap. These videos I'm going to show you tonight, he posted at 5 a.m. And he's yawning, so I don't think he just like woke up. He looks like he's been up all night doing research. And he's supposed to be fine. He's whispering because his baby and baby mama are asleep. Like, it's getting pretty bad. He now thinks that there's an elite group of specially trained assassins and spies that work within the private security field, and they're setting people up to get them murdered or framed. And he thinks that Jelly Roll's the same person as this Ryan Wedding guy. By the way, we haven't really checked into Ryan Wedding. Let's do that so we kind of know where he's coming from. He doxes one of his security guards. Let's watch a quick clip about this and what's going on with Ryan Wedding. This is the former Olympian turned drug kingpin, Ryan Wedding. He became a Sinaloa cartel boss in Canada. Let's see. Here's a 10-minute video. Let's see what this is.
Imagine a Canadian kid growing up on the mountains.
That sounds
A kid
AI,
raised in
probably.
comfort, in a family that had stability, and the kind of life that comes with owning a ski resort. Snow wasn't just scenery for him, it was home. He chased speed from the moment he could stand, and long before most kids even knew what they wanted in life. He already dreamed of the Olympics, and he made it. He wore the maple leaf, stood under the Olympic rings, and raced in front of the world. Now imagine that same kid years later being on the top 10 FBI most wanted list, accused of being the largest cocaine distributor in Canada, tied to murders, and working with the Sinaloa cartel itself. This is the story of Ryan Wedding.
It is a really interesting story. If you're into like true crime, like there's like assassinations and drive-bys, and he fled after a murder, and swapped cars and blah, blah, blah. And it is interesting. It has nothing to do with Ryan Upchurch or Jelly Roll, but it's interesting.
The privileged kid from the mountains, the Olympic athlete who became a cartel boss. Ryan Wedding grew up in a Canadian ski family. His grandparents ran a ski resort.
By the way, I don't know if you guys have ever looked into like Olympians, but they get fucked, dude. Unless they get some type of amazing deal because of some type of performance, like think like a Michael Phelps, like their families spend thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars training them, right? They don't even really get paid to be an Olympian. They get some money like if they win a medal, but they spend their whole life. And a lot of these things, a lot of these events, they're only good for like one or two. Like you might hit one summer's game or one winter's game, not both. And then maybe you're still in good enough shape 4 years later. Like it's pretty fucking crazy the amount of money they spend. And a lot of them are struggling and like poor as fuck, driving busted ass cars, spending all their money into trainers and people to tell them what to eat and how to train and how to do this and better coaches. And they're like broke as fuck. Especially if like what they do doesn't directly fall into a heavily monetized sport. Like a basketball player, okay, we understand you're going to go to the NBA, right? When you start getting to some more of these niche things that they go, there is no like heavily monetized outlet for you to go professional in. Like it's crazy. It never even registered to me. I just thought, oh, well, they're a professional athlete, so they get paid to do what and they probably get paid well. And then you see them like driving like busted ass cars with like fucking the windows are busted out and they got them like taped up and shit. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, and they train their whole life for maybe 1-2 shots at the Olympics.
And at 15, he was already on the national snowboard team. He climbed the ranks fast, a bronze medal at the 1999 Junior World Championships, a silver in 2001, and by 21 years old, he represented Team Canada at the 2002 Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, competing in the parallel giant slalom. For a kid from Thunder Bay, that moment was the peak, the validation of years of training. But after the games, something shifted. Instead of pursuing a long-term athletic career, Ryan drifted. He moved to Vancouver, enrolled at Simon Fraser University, worked as a nightclub bouncer and even a bodybuilder. But school didn't last. The structure of sports was gone, and Ryan seemed to crave something else, something faster, riskier, and far more dangerous. He started...
Yeah, and then you have the risk of getting injured, and a lot of injuries end up being like career injuring, or they heavily influence like your trajectory. Like you could be the best at a sport, and then you get a certain injury, and you're like, well, he's pretty average, right? So the people that choose to go to the Olympics are taking a big fucking risk to do it, and injury, especially if it's like a sport that they could go monetize in a different way, and they still choose to do the Olympics. They're risking a lot for a little bit of name recognition, a little bit of glory, and maybe being one of the, like, you'll see it if you just watch the Olympics. What usually happens is like 1 or 2 Olympians out of all the ones we sent from the U.S., 1 or 2 will get a shit ton of media coverage, and they'll become like a media darling. The rest of them are kind of ignored.
Raising money, and not through traditional business. Prosecutors say his first big venture was a massive marijuana grow-op known as 18 Carat Farms, a warehouse containing nearly 7,000 cannabis plants worth around $10 million. Police raided it in 2006. Ryan wasn't there and avoided charges, but the message was clear.
Okay.
Firmly into the drug world. In 2008,
Well, I mean, it's pot, but yeah.
U.S. agents caught him attempting to purchase a shipment of cocaine from an undercover operative. Ryan was convicted in 2010 and served almost 4 years in prison. And when he got out, he didn't return to sports. He didn't return to normal life. Instead, he vanished and reappeared years later as something completely different. After his release from prison, Ryan Wedding didn't go back to Canada. Instead, he disappeared into Mexico, and that's where everything changed. They connected with the Sinaloa cartel, one of the most powerful and feared criminal groups in the world. Not as some low-level operative, but as someone who quickly rose through the ranks. Officials say he earned nicknames like El Jefe and even Public Enemy, titles that painted a picture of someone who had carved out a significant role inside the organization.
El Jefe. That's what we called Pebbles' lawyer.
Under that cartel protection, prosecutors allege he built a cocaine pipeline worth billions for the cartel. They claim his operation moved tons of kilograms of Colombian cocaine at a time, pushing it through Mexico and into the United States and Canada.
This is so the cartel is obviously big money. I mean, it's dangerous and shit, right? But it is what it is. When I was in the Army and we were anywhere near the border, like down like Fort Hood and shit, you had to take mandatory briefings about the cartels and how they try to recruit like combat arms people and people from within the military to use for their private armies. But man, did they make it sound good. Like every briefing I went to, I kept thinking, God damn, they pay how much? They drop bonuses like that? And then they show people in like fucking Ferraris and shit driving around. God damn. Stop making it sound so fucking good.
Canada with incredible efficiency. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi even stated that Wedding's network funneled around 60 metric tons of cocaine per year, so much that authorities described him as the largest distributor of cocaine in Canada.
He is currently the largest distributor of cocaine in Canada.
It's always really confusing, too, when you get a bunch of, like, combat arms people, like infantry and scouts and shit like that. And they're like, you won't believe the cartel will actually pay you to kill people. How horrible is that? And they're like, isn't that what we're doing? Like, wait a second. Isn't that the whole basis of our army careers? You pay us to kill people?
Understand what that means in money. You have to look at how cocaine is valued after it reaches Canada, where prices are among the highest in North America. Law enforcement agencies regularly estimate that a single kilogram of cocaine in Canada, once it's cut, repackaged and sold at the street level, can generate between $80,000 and $120,000 US.
So cocaine is a lot of times more expensive in Canada because of the distance it travels, right? How much risk? Because every time you pass one of these other countries, you're taking more and more risk every time. So like Mexico to the United States isn't as bad as Mexico, United States, Canada.
US dollars. Some cities like Toronto and Vancouver see even higher valuations in certain years. Using only conservative law enforcement estimates, 60 metric tons of cocaine in a single year could represent $5 to $7 billion US dollars in Canadian street value annually. Over roughly a decade, investigators say Wedding and his team pushed around 54 tons of cocaine into Southern California alone before redirecting it through major U.S. hubs and into Canada. If even half of that amount reached Canadian cities, the total long-term value of Wedding's Canadian distribution chain could easily exceed 20 to 30 billion US dollars in retail value across those years. That is why officials describe his organization as one of the most prolific in the world, not only because of the volume, but because Canada's high street prices turned every shipment into gold. But drugs weren't the only part of the operation. According to the U.S. Treasury, money laundering was just as important. They allege he washed cartel profits using cryptocurrency, Canadian businesses, including a jewelry shop and a network of overseas contacts. Even seized a luxury Mercedes worth over $13 million. Damn! Say was tied to crypto-based laundering.
The CLK GTR? Damn! It's hard to make all that money and keep a low profile in it.
Schemes. And behind all of this, prosecutors claim, was violence. Court documents accuse Wedding of ordering.
So the CLK GTR is basically like a Mercedes street legal version of their one of their race cars. The GT1, I think. They basically threw mirrors, turn signals and shit on it, and it's a fucking race car. And they're extremely rare. I don't know how many there are, but they are super fucking rare. It's a track car that they barely made street legal, and they started selling them.
Multiple killings to protect shipments. One case describes a November 2023 attack in Ontario that left 2 members of the Sea-Doo.
Wait. I just found it. Only 6 roadsters were produced worldwide, so 1 of 6.
Dead. Another involves the killing of Mohammed Zafar in British Columbia in May 2024, which authorities also linked to Wedding's crew. Investigators say the structure of his organization resembled a military.
And multiple murders here.
He had a Canadian second in command, Andrew Clark.
I've only ever seen it on like a YouTube video, and I don't even think the guy who made the video did. He was doing the videos I've watched. They didn't actually have the car. They were just doing a video about the car.
Later arrested in Mexico, along with private security of him who were ex-cops. Some journalists have been suggesting that he is meeting with cartel figures in Mexico, though.
$10 to $15 million current market estimates.
Authorities have never confirmed.
What'd they say? 13 million? That sounds about right.
Exactly which Sinaloa faction or which boss he was connected to. By October 2024, Ryan Wedding's operation had collapsed. U.S. prosecutors unsealed an indictment accusing him of running a continuing criminal enterprise involving large-scale cocaine trafficking and multiple murders. Authorities also claim he bribed officials to maintain his operations running. Wedding wasn't the only.
I'd like to know who he bribed. How high up? Were they U.S. officials? Were they Canadian officials? Who were they and why?
Target. In the joint operation.
Or we just make it all disappear like Tom Homan.
Giant Slalom. Authorities arrested dozens of his associates, including lawyer Deepak Paradkar. Prosecutors say Paradkar encouraged Wedding to eliminate an FBI witness, telling him, if you kill this witness, the case will be dismissed.
Ooh.
Wasn't the only target. In the joint operation Giant Slalom, authorities arrested dozens of his associates, including lawyer Deepak Paradkar. Prosecutors say Paradkar encouraged Wedding to eliminate an FBI witness, telling him, if you kill this witness, the case will be dismissed.
That looks like a direct quote. Damn, the lawyer could have at least implied it like, hey, if this witness were to not show up, then there wouldn't be a case against you. But like if you kill them, we'll get it dismissed.
Investigators later linked the January 2025 murder of Colombian-Canadian Jonathan Acevedo in Medellin to an order they believe came directly from Wedding. A couple of days ago, Wedding became a global headline. The FBI added him to its 10 most wanted fugitives list.
All right, so this is the picture that Ryan says looks like Jelly Roll. That's part of his little
The
meltdown
reward of up to
today.
$15 million for information leading to his capture. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi warned that authorities were coming for you, while FBI Director Kash Patel compared him to Pablo Escobar and a modern-day El Chapo. News outlets worldwide have highlighted the case, often framing it as the dramatic fall of an Olympic snowboarder turned cocaine kingpin.
And it makes for fucking it makes for good a good news story, right? Oh, he was this amazing, blah blah blah, doing this, and Olympian. You know, he has this rise, he has this fall. Now he's on the other side of the law, doing this and paying off people and having people killed. So it gets a lot of traction for sure.
A documentary titled Snow King, From Olympian to Narco, is also in production. Today, Wedding is still on the run. Investigators.
Oh, there's a documentary too. I bet you that fucking Netflix is pumping the shit out of this story.
Documentary titled Snow King, From Olympian to Narco, is also in production. Today, Wedding is still on the run. Investigators think he's hiding somewhere in Mexico under cartel protection. Maybe tucked away in a safe house or constantly jumping between locations with a new identity.
Maybe on a beach that the U.S. accidentally invaded that was actually part of Mexico.
He's now at the center of a full-scale international manhunt, and until the day he's caught, the headlines and the indictments will keep defining his story. Subscribe to Informe Secreto to continue exploring the hidden stories behind power. Real stories told unfiltered, because what you don't see also controls the world. See you soon.
So usually I don't support or endorse AI videos, but that was pretty concise, I guess. I'm pretty sure it's AI voice, AI video somebody threw together. Hold on just a second. All right, so that's the backstory going into the Ryan thing. Now, Ryan doxes one of his... I'm going to play the videos. We're going to go over it. Ryan doxes one of his security guards. Again, he posts these videos at 5 a.m. It doesn't look like he's been to bed. I mean, you guys can tell me if you think he's been to bed. And he's putting together the pieces. He's putting all these clues together, who did what and how. And now it's the security guards are actually the secret people behind everything. The security guards... because they're close to us, they're highly trained, blah, 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 something or another. I don't know. Just, we're going to hop in here. This is Ryan Upchurch. I don't want to cover him every fucking day, and I know we've covered him like the last two shows. This will be the third one, but he's got to be close to fucking snapping. It's got to be.
I think I'm going to be calling.
All right, let me back up. I want to start at the first.
I think I'm going to be calling the FBI when I wake back up.
I think I'm going to be calling the FBI when I wake back up. That's how this starts off.
Because you know why? I think I just figured out a bunch of shit. Me and my buddy Peyton downstairs. So, dude, this Ryan Wedding stuff, I was like, bro, this just seems like a fake name, right? So check this shit out. Not too long ago, all my friends dipped out on me and was fucking acting weird and saying a bunch of fucking weird shit, right? And I was real confused. So after...
By the way, all his friends dipped out because Ryan was acting like he was on drugs and accusing them of wild shit, the same way that he just cussed out his accountant the other night, right? That's why his friends dipped out. That's exactly why they dipped out. It's not like they dipped out and they didn't say why. He keeps saying, well, they didn't say why. They just had some bullshit excuse like you're on drugs. You're on drugs. Yeah. That's not a bullshit. That's their actual excuse. That's the actual reasoning behind this. It's not bullshit. They didn't make it up. They didn't invent this. It's literally the reason. You just won't accept it.
After all my friends like dipped out on me and shit, didn't have no fucking explanation, still don't have a fucking explanation, besides saying I'm crazy and on drugs or whatever, right? Okay, well, after they all...
There it is. They still don't have an explanation except saying I'm crazy and on drugs. What if that is the explanation, Ron? Like, clearly something's going on there. Everybody that you said was your best friend, your manager, the people around you, your childhood friend, everybody around you is like, no, we kind of think you're on drugs. Like, we can't keep doing this, keep getting accused, I don't think we can keep doing this.
all left, they all clicked up with his fucking, the Jelly Roll and fucking Adam and all these motherfuckers, right? Long story very short, because it's a long fucking confusing. But that's what it's supposed to be, I think. I think it's supposed to be confusing. I think it's supposed to not make any fucking sense. Because the more it don't make sense, the more people type and the more misconstrued the AI gets. And here's the reason why the AI is the most important thing in this situation. Because we watched a video a minute ago. Do you remember that video we watched?
So he's got a friend there with him he calls Peyton. Peyton is also a security guard he references, says it was one of his former security guards, but now they're in CIA school or Secret Service school or something.
Where it was talking about how it was like a network instead of a person. Okay, so we just watched this video that was talking about the situation like it was a network and not a person, because it was designed for the person never get caught.
No, this is a country music independent artist who's actually really popular. But he started abusing Adderall pretty heavily and possibly other stimulants, and he's having a complete fucking meltdown.
So recently, when I say recently, I mean like the past 6 months. In the past 6 months, my friends all dipped out. They didn't have any.
Yes, so a lot of drug users do this. They blend their psychosis into a form of AI psychosis, right? AI knows everything, does everything. So they'll ask crazy questions to like AI stuff. We did a show on this guy that had convinced his AI. So if you throw enough stuff at an AI and tell it enough times, it'll eventually start. It's there to serve you, right? You're the customer. They're providing the service. You can eventually get it to like play along with your fantasies. So I did a video about this mom who found out that her live-in boyfriend of like a few years was having this AI psychosis shit and had convinced it that he and her daughter, so the guy, what would be the guy's stepkid if they got married, were actually made to be together. And God was telling him through AI and it was helping him get pickup lines to like seduce a 17-year-old and confirming his delusion. So a lot of people on drugs end up with AI psychosis as well.
Explanation, they were all acting fucking retarded. And then, I got some cards in the mail, like debit cards or like.
He was saying shit like, help me put together the perfect message to make her creamy while she reads it on Instagram, and like disgusting fucking shit.
Gift cards or something. And I went and took it to the.
So he just said he got gift cards in the mail. I don't think I can back up. He got gift cards in the mail and he took them to the police station. At first he says credit cards in my name. Then he says, or gift cards or something.
Police station. So while I'm at the police department turning these things in, being like, yo, this is my mailbox. Long story short, I was talking to some of the police officers, and I was talking to them about one of my guards because they were starting to like act fucking.
Doesn't everybody get junk mail, like fake credit cards? Like it's like junk mail and you open it up. Sometimes it'll have your name and it'll look like a real credit card, but it says like you're pre-approved for, like I get them all the time. There's probably 10 laying here beside I don't want to show them on here, but there's probably 10 laying here beside the computer. It's you're pre-approved for a line of credit, blah, blah, blah. And it's like a little fake plastic cards.
Weird, right? And I was like, yo, the dude's got 2 names or whatever. I told him the 2 names. The cop was like, dude, Church, we got some bad motherfuckers down here, and they only got 1 name.
So Ryan goes into the police station to turn in credit card offers he got, or gift cards, he's not sure. And he's telling the police officer, I've got a security guard that's got 2 names. And the police officer says, we got some bad motherfuckers here as part of our police department, and they only got 1 name. So Ryan fires him.
I was like, yeah, you're right. So I fucking fired him. So the one guard that I had fired, Rob Otero, the one that had 2 names, he had a name that was Rob Otero and a name that was Austin Merrill, right?
Robert Otero, Otero, Otero. And then the other one is, hold on.
So while I'm at the police, so the one guard that I had fired, Rob Otero, the one that had 2 names, he had a name that was Rob Otero and a name that was Austin Merrill, right? Well, that was a red flag in the first.
Austin Merrill. I don't know how Ryan found out. Maybe he changed his name. Maybe he did something else. Ryan gives this weird excuse. that the guy told me he was in the military, and I thought, or used to be in the military, so I thought maybe he changed his name because he did something. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of reasons you might change your name. Clearly this guy did and was upfront about it.
First place, right? So, but it didn't register to me because he was like, I was in the military and yada, 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 all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, maybe he was like high up in the military or some shit and he has two names. I mean,
yeah, Ryan sent me a donut. I don't think it was $500. I think it was a couple $100. I don't know, a long time ago, but doesn't mean he's not fucking crazy still.
He said he done all this cool, crazy shit, gave me a Bronx star and all this other stuff, right? Whatever. Well, check this shit out, dog. So if I go to his Intellius.
All right, so he's just gonna fucking dox him. Like, okay. That's what we're doing?
Robert R. Otero, 39 years old, born June 1989. All right, if I go down to his, he don't have a business license. He don't have a...
It might be. I can go look.
The fuck? He don't have no finances, but he does have assets. He has this address right here. 406 Zurich Court, Clarksville, Tennessee. You copy this. You go to Google. We'll get to this in a second. Go here.
All right, so he's on Google Earth with this guy's address. He just gave his address out, and he's going to show his house on Google Earth and his car.
Paste. Go to it. Look how close it is. So watch where I go next. So here's the cars.
I'm gonna prove this right here in a second. Just like when he searched SHP''S Nashville, and Google thought he meant shops, so it brought up shops. I'm gonna disprove this search as well.
And stuff that are here in Clarksville, Tennessee. You got this Tacoma, and you got this. But this ain't the point. Here's the point. Watch this. Hold on, wait. So I'm gonna keep it right here. Watch. I'm gonna stay right here and go to the next little slide. All right, so look, here's that security guard's Intellius, Robert R. Otero, 39, June 1980 something. All right. Now, if you go down here, there's no business, no license, no finances, but there's assets. And it's his address right here. 406 Zurich Court, Clarksville, Tennessee. You copy it. We're gonna go to Google Earth.
All right, here we go. We're going deep.
Google Earth.
His whispering is creepy, and he already has that like asthma wheeze or whatever that you can hear every time he breathes in, and then whispering on top of it.
All right. All right, so we're gonna paste that.
And this guy is just a security guard, you know, former military security guard, works for a security company, and like all this shit Ryan's putting out about it, like he's not a famous multimillionaire. You know what I mean? The guy lives in like a $150,000 home, right, in a neighborhood, just trying to provide for his family. Ryan's obviously doing him a disservice here.
Address right here. I'm gonna click enter. And watch this. So you can
there's the address.
But here's the thing. That if that's Rob Otero's address, watch when I type in Ryan James Wedding. Ryan James Wedding. All right, watch this. Ryan James Wedding.
Now look at the suggestions. It's said down there, wedding near Ryan James Lane. So what does it pull up?
And enter. Whoops. Okay, so look, click. Dude, it's right down the fuck.
It thinks you're just searching for wedding places, Ryan. So like if I go to Google Earth and let's type in a completely random address like 7260 South Las Vegas Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada, the Siegel Select Suites there in Las Vegas, okay? Boom. 7260 South Las Vegas Boulevard. And then I type in wedding, anything wedding. What does it pull up? Wedding places. Las Vegas Love Bug Weddings. All you've proven to us so far is that you put in this guy's address, you doxed him, put all his information out there after you pulled a background check on him through Intellius. Then you found the closest wedding store. But wait, there's more.
Wedding World. Now here's the crazy part about this. But check this out. This shit gets fucking crazier because look what we found out. Watch this. When I say we, I mean me and my
I'm also going to show you how AI is not good at some things.
homeboy Peyton back there. You can't see him. It's in the dark.
There's Peyton. All right. I got to pause it. It says, Wedding is a former Canadian Olympian snowboarder who is currently an FBI most wanted fugitive alleged drug kingpin, not a person attending a wedding in a ceremonial sense. He is actively on the run from the authorities. Reports indicate that his criminal organization uses various methods for transportation and money laundering, including long-haul semi-trailer trucks to transport multiple tons of cocaine between Colombia, Mexico, the United States, and Canada. Luxury cars as part of a web of companies used to launder money. One specific instance mentioned in reports relates to a car used by a contract killer working for his organization in 2024, so an assassin. And it says a white Audi SUV with darkly tinted windows was used in a shooting, after which the killer switched to a Ford Explorer with Alberta plates to flee the scene. There's no information in the provided search results about what car he would be in for a wedding ceremony, as he is currently a high-profile fugitive with a $10 million reward for information leading to his arrest. He's believed to be hiding in Mexico or South America under the protection of Sinaloa cartel. Now, I have no idea what he typed in to get this search, but it keeps trying to tell him, like, he's not at a wedding, but go ahead. The part he wants us to concentrate on is a white Audi SUV with darkly tinted windows.
All right, so you see that thing about the Audi? Watch this, dude. When you click Street View in front of the Wedding World place, watch this.
I think, do I still have this pulled up? Hold on. Wedding World is, it looks like it's a place to do like a bunch of rentals and a bunch of things around. Like they got carriages and supplies, plus maybe they do venues. Like it seems like a wedding planning service maybe or something like that. But this is where we're at, okay? Follow on Google Maps.
Oh.
Okay.
Right, look in the back.
Uh-oh.
You have this car and this car.
Okay.
And then right here. Fuck, let me go sideways one more time. Fuck. Look at that right there. And when you AI, take a picture of
So he says when you take a picture of this and put it in AI.
this car, and you ask what kind of car is this, look what it says.
So when you ask AI what kind of car this is, it says the white car in the back is a modern sedan, most closely shaped like an Audi A4 or Audi A6. So what did the news report tell us that he showed? It said that it was an Audi SUV. An Audi SUV, and this is clearly an SUV. See that white car right there in the background? That's clearly an SUV. I don't know what the fuck AI is doing, but an Audi A4 is a sedan. An Audi A4 is a car, a sedan, a four-door sedan. An Audi A6, also a sedan. It is absolutely not a white Audi SUV. So when he's like, when I ask, like a Q7 is an SUV, Q3, Q5, the Q model, the SKU, the SQ, those are all SUVs. So even his own narrative here is wrong. He's like, I took a screenshot of that car and it said it's an Audi A6 or A4. Well, no, it's not because it's an SUV, first of all. Second of all, it also says it could be a Volkswagen Passat, a Hyundai Sonata, a BMW 3 Series. None of those are right. It's an SUV. It's clearly an SUV. Maybe it thinks you're looking at this car, maybe. I have no idea what he sent to AI to ask it what, but this is an SUV. This is none of those cars. None of the cars that you think it is. That's for sure. Oh, thank you. I just saw it. It just came through. I hope you and all have a great holiday. Love you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jaybird. I appreciate it. Through Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know why the little alert didn't go off, but thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. So he takes a picture of an SUV, puts it in AI. It tells him that it's an Audi. So, of course, that's what this killer fled in. This assassin fled in an Audi SUV, a white Audi SUV. I found a white SUV, and AI told me it's an Audi. Okay.
So anyway, during this AI summary, it talks about two vehicles. It talks about a white Audi and a Ford Explorer. What do you want to bet the Ford Explorer is black? And I know somebody's gonna be like, oh, there's a bunch of black Ford Explorers. Most of them are black. I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. It looked like a police car. During that time, there's this guy named Josh that was like the leader of this security group or whatever, and the group was called the Winter Group. And I don't think they're active on Instagram anymore. Their Instagram's not doing jack shit. But if they're talking about this dude being dangerous, and if it involves these people, it's gonna be the Josh guy, and the motherfucker is dangerous.
So now he's talking about the Winter Group, which is the Winter Security Group out of Nashville. Okay, they are a security and logistics, high profile security. Like in Nashville, probably a lot of singers, a lot of politicians, a lot of stuff like that. And now he's talking about them, and there's zero connections to them and anybody in the drug cartel. But the connection he made is they're saying the guy in the drug cartel, the drug kingpin, Ryan Wedding, is dangerous. Also, the people that run this high-end luxury security company are dangerous. So they must be the same people, obviously.
Why do I say he's dangerous? Because motherfucker's a black belt in everything. Not a joke. One time we was at the gym in Ashland City because I had to work out or whatever for tour and get back in shape. And this motherfucker, he was like, all y'all, come on. He's like, I'll wrestle all y'all. It was me, my brother, Ripped Up, and somebody else. And we all tried to take him on and bro, we didn't.
I know the guy who owns it. His name's Keith Winters, is the guy that owns, I'm pretty sure, the guy who owns the Winters Group. He's talking about getting beat up at a gym because the guy's like a black belt and everything.
Have a fucking chance.
We work with actors.
And these guys used to do security for Ryan. Even on one of their Instagram pages, it says, congrats on achieving your black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Is nothing short of awesome. I'm assured even more that Ryan Upchurch is safe when you are around. You definitely put in a ton of hard work and put your body through a lot of abuse to earn that black belt. So once again, congratulations on such an achievement. And this was from a year ago. Well, not quite a year ago, but pretty close. Because they posted a picture of one of the guys earning a black belt, right? And he put hashtag executive protection. So Ryan used this security company. But what the fuck does that have to do with Ryan Wedding being part of a drug cartel?
Musicians, and
this right here, Winter Group Security, this guy shooting right here is one of his former security guards when they worked for the Winter Group.
network individuals from around the world. And we understand that everyone is different, and the threats that they're facing are very different. Our goal at Winter Group.
You can see Rob Otero right here. Look, watch.
So that's Rob Otero there, doing some training through the Winter Group.
You notice in that was it Hardy and Morgan Wallen or whatever?
So this, I had to read into this, but it says Hardy hints at a CMA conspiracy involving a country legend and Morgan Wallen's boycotts. The explosive secret could destroy his career. Read the shocking details here. It involves a legend, Hardy's shocking reveal about why Morgan Wallen gave up the CMAs, a secret he believes could turn the entire country establishment against him. I think this is just clickbait. Morgan Wallen doesn't go to the CMAs, and they're like, oh, well, he reveals this, and it could turn everybody against him. Like, What? These are all fan theories, and the fan theories around this are that the CMA awards are rigged, and that's why Morgan Wallen hasn't won, because he's got these past controversies, like fucking the times he's been arrested and shit like that, right? So basically, the whole conspiracy theory is like they won't give him an award because he won't play by the rules and stop getting drunk and doing stupid shit.
Remember, in Morgan Wallen's body cam footage, remember I said this. This is why they released it for everyone to see.
Yeah, so once he was caught on camera using the N-word, and he was blacklisted from a bunch of industry events. But since then, I'm pretty sure he's performed at the CMA. It was 2021 when he used the N-word. In 2022 and 2023, he performed at the CMA. So if they're like snubbing him, some way, they're not doing a very good job, because he performed the next year there. His fans just think that he deserves more awards, I guess. I guess he hasn't. Wallen has seemingly joked about the disdain for award shows, telling a crowd during a surprise appearance at the Ryman Auditorium in Nashville that it takes a lot more than an award show to get me out on Broadway these days. This has led some to speculate that he skips the events because he simply does not care about industry validation. Fans argue that the awards do not reflect public opinion or commercial success, pointing to Wallen's huge album sales and tour numbers as proof that he should have won CMA awards. The CMA awards are voted on by industry professionals, which can lead to different outcomes than fan-voted awards or chart performance. That's the whole conspiracy.
And it ain't because Morgan Wallen threw a fucking chair off the roof. It's because the 2 fucking security guards he's got. Remember what he says to the cop? Well, he says, what's he say? He's like, yes, my security guard. Here's my buddy. Here, come meet my buddy. He used to work for, he used to guard Obama.
He used to guard Obama, is what Ryan's saying there. Let's go here to this clip. The body cam footage.
I'm his bodyguard, so you have to leave.
So Morgan Wallen got drunk in Nashville and threw a chair off the roof. Then the cops show up.
What happened?
I don't know.
You don't know? Hold on.
Hey, stay right there.
He's the one that threw the chair. I'm his bodyguard. I didn't see him throw nothing. You weren't doing nothing up there. You got nothing. We didn't say anything out there. You need a president. You're on that one. I promise you that. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't put anything.
Let's go. No, stay right here. You're not leaving yet. You're not free to go.
I very rarely have any idea what the fuck you're talking about.
We're investigating the situation, okay?
Did not try to cause no problem, man. I don't know why.
Well, a chair came flying off the roof and landed right next to that patrol car over there. We're just trying to
Yes, he almost hit a cop with a chair. It landed right next to the cop car.
figure out what happened.
As you should.
I am.
He should have just tried to play it off like, hey, we were wrestling back and forth, blah, 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 something, knocked a chair loose. We were just messing around. I'm super sorry and apologize. But he tries to play like he didn't have anything to do with it.
I will never admit it. Hey. They're trying to take me out of, they're trying to take me to jail. That's out of your door.
So he calls the owner of the bar.
Cops. I'm not sure. They're trying to, they won't let me leave.
Yeah, you're under investigation, bro. Eric Church is on the phone, the owner of the bar. But I think it's called the Chief Bar. But what the fuck does that have to do with the chair, dude? Other than he's trying to call in favors, right? Like, you know, this famous motherfucker? The bar's called the Chief's Bar, I believe. And it landed next to the police officers. So they charged him with felony reckless endangerment. But I think he pled it down to some lower shit and had to do like DUI, education, probation, and a fine.
Hi, Eric. Talk to him. Officer Trees. Hey, how you doing? Well, we're investigating. investigating something right now. And a chair came off the roof at T's bar and landed next to my patrol car on the street.
I mean, chairs and bars are usually pretty heavy, so they don't tip over on people. But this was like the roof, so maybe it's patio chairs. I don't know. But if it would have hit somebody, that'd have been obviously bad, right?
That's what we're into the bottom of right now, reviewing street camera. Yep. We're just investigating at this point. Yeah. Right.
I hate entitled drunk people. Like I understand drunk people and they probably are embarrassed and they wake up, blah, blah, blah. But what I hate the most is entitled when they're like, do you know who I am? Do you know who I can call? Let me call somebody. I'll put you on the phone with the owner of this bar. The owner of the bar has nothing to do with you fucking throwing a chair, dude. Sometimes I feel sorry for them, but not like this.
I know I did. Yeah. No, it's not really something that we do, right? So law enforcement, we have to enforce the laws, figure out what happened. We've got supervisor come to the scene. Got to treat it like we would with anybody else. Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
This is like the front. This lines are marquee in the front of the. Okay.
So they go to the security camera.
Okay.
All right, sir. So again, I'm Sergeant Alvin, and that's the police department. Let you know covered in video and video recording, okay? Yes, sir. So just watch me prevent you throwing a chair off landing and lane to the traffic.
So they went and they found the video. I just watched a video of you throwing a chair off the roof into traffic.
All right. What happened?
Boys, I know that. I ain't done nothing wrong.
But of course, Ryan's got a new theory on this too.
This is me and Thomas Rhett. Turn it up. That's me and TR. Hey, it's me. That's me right there.
He hears himself on the radio while the cops taking him to jail saying, that's me and Thomas Rhett. Which is the funniest part of this whole video.
Come on now, me and TR. I'll tell you something funny. Every song you hear, I have to play with TR. Really? TR is one of the best. He's one of the best dudes in the world. He would definitely not be getting arrested.
He says TR is the best in the world. He would definitely not be getting arrested, which is also funny, I guess. But that's the only funny part of the video. Now, Ryan has a theory about that as well, right? Here we go.
Remember, in Morgan Wallen's body cam footage, remember I said this is why they released it for everyone to see. And it ain't because Morgan Wallen threw a fucking chair off the roof. It's because the 2 fucking security guards he's got. Remember what he says to the cop? Well, he says,
He says, this is my security guard. At the very first of that footage, you heard it. This is my security guard. It's basically because the cop's trying to get Morgan separate to question him. And the security guard comes over, and the cop's trying to like get in between the two. He don't know who the guy is. Is it another drunk guy? Is it somebody who's going to fight or be involved? And Morgan Wallen says, that's my security guard. He used to guard Obama.
What's he say? He's like, yes, my security guard. Here's my buddy. Here, come meet my buddy. He used to work for, he used to guard Obama or whatever. Bro, these security guard dudes are like high-level security guard dudes. Notice Trump was like, yo, fuck Obama. That motherfucker's got he didn't really say fuck Obama, but he was like, yo, that guy's got a messed up fucking birth certificate or whatever. Bro. Dog. The security team.
What? By the way, we are officially cooked as a nation. I don't know if you guys saw this latest revelation. While we're talking about Obama, this is how you know we're completely cooked. There you go. Barack Obama joined in March of 2007. Account based in Kenya. Boom. Boom. Done. Over.
That used to guard me and everything. Yeah, they worked for politicians during the same fucking time. And everybody out here being like, oh, this is a government psyop. The fucking Donald Trump knows what's going on. It's a psyop. No, this ain't no fucking psyop. I'm telling you right now, any fucking president, any president cannot have these kind of people running around fucking making drug money, making fucking billions of dollars. Like they're saying this dude made $1 billion a year. Yeah, you can't have that motherfucker running around having the same fucking skills as the people that guard the president. I'm sorry. You can't.
Wait. So he's talking about Ryan Wedding, who was a drug kingpin and a snowboarder, but also somehow alleging that he's a top-of-the-line security personnel who has all this military training and firearms hand-to-hand combat, and Trump can't have him running around with money and weapons training or some shit.
There can't be two entities like that running around, especially if they were in cahoots and worked with the other FBI. You notice Kash Patel keeps saying this FBI, Trump's FBI.
Yeah, it's like a weird brag thing. Like our FBI, this FBI, the Trump FBI has done this to separate them from other administrations so they feel like they are doing more.
That's because they know the other one's corrupt. You see what I'm saying? So what they do is they attach to people, as you heard a minute ago. We work with many actors and he said they work with many actors, many musicians, many famous people. Yes, they get with them, it seems like, and they fucking get their, however you say it, their metadata, their fucking whatever. They attach to them, they get their stuff, and they use their stuff in this AI to keep escaping. That's what I'm hearing. And you know what? If you know history, you know it's not far-fetched for that.
Now, here's a theory I have on Ryan. Ryan casually watches stuff like on YouTube. And then through his, in my opinion, through his drug-induced psychosis, he pulls that shit in and makes it part of his new conspiracy theory. Okay? So, I'm going to show you a video, or he's going to show you a video in just a second. And hold on just a second. And it's got the actor Andy from The Office. Okay? And Andy from The Office is talking about something from history called the Church Committee. And I've got the wiki for the Church Committee pulled up, I believe. But we'll talk about it when we get there. Just watch this portion. Hold on.
Especially, and you know what? If you know history, you know it's not far-fetched for there to be kind of like, in a sense, two versions of the FBI. Because it's already kind of happened before. I think it was like in the early 70s. There was a group called the Church Committee, ran by a guy named Frank Church. And Frank Church.
So he's just misrepresenting this. He kind of heard Ed Helm talk about this. So Ed Helm, Andy from The Office, has a podcast called Snafu, SNAFU. And he also did an interview about some of the interesting topics and stuff he's been discussing. And in this interview, he talks about the Church Committee. The Church Committee was not two FBIs. And one sues the other one. The Church Committee was a U.S. Select Senate committee that basically went and investigated intelligence agencies like the CIA, FBI, NSA after some information came out about potential illegal surveillance or covert operations. Okay? And the guy's name is Frank Church, I believe. Frank, Jeff, I can't remember. And they wanted to investigate the extent of government intelligence activities on U.S. citizens. Any illegal or improper or unethical activities against the U.S. And it gave Congress oversight over intelligence operations for the first time since like the 40s. And all this happened back in 76, 75.
With the Church Committee, pretty much the Church Intelligence Agency took the CIA to court. So pretty much the CIA took the CIA to court.
They wanted to know about like, are Martin Luther King Jr. They wanted to know about Fidel Castro and assassination attempts. The NSA monitoring Americans. There was a thing called, was it Project Shamrock, or am I making that up? Project Shamrock and other projects like the NSA with the CIA and FBI were spying on U.S. citizens. And these assassination attempts, like just crazy shit. It just, I don't know. Anyways, it was Congress going after the Intelligence Committee. It wasn't two FBIs.
And now we have this shit with, obviously it ain't just me that thinks that. It's Kash Patel. It's a lot of people, because they're saying this FBI. They're not saying the FBI. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I'm fucking right. I don't give a fuck. The FBI's going to be watching this. You'll see.
There's Ed Helm and the video I was just talking about. So Project Shamrock was basically the NSA they were being provided every telegraph and the data, like the what it contained, who it was from, and who it was going to, every telegraph that entered or exited the United States. And they were cataloging that and looking into it. Like, obviously, you think a telegraph you might send back in the day was secure. Nope. Not according to the NSA. So that was a huge project that they were doing where they were stealing this information. And that was like back in the 40s and 50s. But in the 70s, church went after these people to see if they were spying on you. What was the extent of their spying? It was like they were out of control. And here's Ed Helm talking about it.
And then years later, by the way, this all led to lots of fallout, the church committee hearings, which then led to congressional oversight of the FBI and the CIA and the NSA and all these things. So it's a very, very big deal what these people did. It's largely forgotten, sadly. But Betty Metzger then wrote a book in 2014, and that's what that is, The Burglary. And it's an incredible story. And it's as hard as it sounds.
And you know what? I actually had to call the cops the other day because somebody...
So, of course, Ryan hears this interview with Ed Helm talking about the Upchurch, or the church committee. I'm saying Upchurch. The church committee. The Snafu podcast is about history's greatest fuck-ups, basically. That's Ed Helms. And he pulls that into his conspiracy. So he's like, I heard Kash Patel say the Trump FBI and this FBI. And then I heard Ed Helm in a clip say something about the church committee. That's two different FBIs suing each other. Like, this must all be related to me.
And you know what? I actually had to call the cops the other day because somebody had broken my fucking house in a very intelligent way.
Now, do we actually believe that someone actually broke into his house in a very intelligent way? What is he talking about? I think this is more meth-induced, like, I didn't put that there. Did you put that there? Somebody moved it. Somebody's been in here. Put everything in Ziploc bags, Bethany.
Well, if these motherfuckers been my security guards for the past 7 fucking years, I'm trained pretty much by them to know the patterns that they know too.
So now he just went through how elite these people are, the training they have, numerous black belts, all this stuff. They're security guards for Barack Obama and for famous celebrities, and they do all this training, all this high-scale training. Now they've been his security guard for 7 years. That means he has their training. So which is it? Are they the super elite tier 1 fucking operators that also do security? Or can you just casually pick up their training by them guarding you for a couple years?
That they use. So when the cop got here, he's like, well, do you know who broke in? I said, no, I don't, but I know exactly who it looks like. My security guard, because this is some slick ass shit he would fucking do.
So the cop says, do you know who broke in? He says, no, but I know who it looks like. This is exactly some stuff that my former security guard would do. Okay, so the answer is just no.
Here's what
The only people I feel bad for in this story are Bethany and the baby. The baby doesn't have a choice. And the police department that Ryan calls 14 times a fucking hour.
I think possibly Metro Police Department might have saved Morgan Wallen's fucking ass. Maybe.
So it had nothing to do with Morgan Wallen getting drunk and throwing a chair off the roof. That's all on video. Instead, the Metro Police Department knew that Morgan Wallen's security guards were secret squirrel assassins, and they planted the story of the chair being thrown from the roof and apparently planted the video as well so they could get him away from his security guards before they killed him.
He didn't throw the chair off. Maybe someone else threw the fucking chair off so the cops would be called so Morgan Wallen could be separated from that security group because they're dangerous as fuck. And these are some...
So what about there's a video of him throwing the chair. Like what?
And these are some cryptic motherfuckers.
Okay.
I promise you that. They're very sneaky. And, I mean, dude, you gotta think, some of these motherfuckers were, like, trained to go get Saddam Hussein. Do you understand that?
Oh, my God.
That's how serious. All right.
I think he meant Osama bin Laden. Surely. Right? He probably meant Osama bin Laden, not Saddam Hussein.
So, with that being said...
By the way, I want you guys to remember, this is all at like 4:30 in the morning.
What do you want to bet this conspiracy or whatever that Hardy is talking about? What do you want to bet it involves Keith Whitley?
By the way, Hardy was not talking about a conspiracy in any way, shape, or form. It was a fan theory about a conspiracy that Morgan Wallen didn't go to the CMAs because the CMAs were snubbing him out of winning.
Go listen to Keith Whitley's last songs before he ended up dead or whatever, right? Okay. Well, that was a long fucking time ago. Okay. Morgan has a song called Keith Whitley. Okay. I just did a song called Music City Makes a Killing. Because living around Music City, you know how this shit goes. If you're talking too much shit or making too much money, these motherfuckers get rid of you. Either a physical way or a fucking defamatory way.
Ah. There's the yawn.
That's my video.
Look at him pushing through that yawn. Like a trooper. Like a trooper. Been awake for 2 weeks. Figuring out this crime that's being committed against me.
It says in loving memory of Keith Whitley. Dude, I'm telling you, I think Metro Police Department saved Morgan Wallen's ass that night. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. See that?
Keith Whitley, former country music singer that I think died in his home. And they ruled it like ethanol poisoning. Like basically like an overdose of drinking too much. A lot of people, or I guess some people think it's a conspiracy and the music industry had him killed or the CIA, FBI, I don't know. But if you look up the autopsy, I did it earlier. Basically, he was hanging out with his brother and they were supposed to meet later. He talked to his mom on the phone. He was hanging out with his brother or brother-in-law and they were planning to go out for the day. His brother-in-law left, and then they were both supposed to be getting ready to meet later. His brother-in-law left, and when he came back, dressed and showered or whatever, he found Whitley dead. He was taken to the hospital. The official cause of death was basically ethanol poisoning. He had like a 0.5 or something alcohol in his body, which I think they said the thing I read earlier, it was like 20 or 30 shots of 100 proof whiskey in his system currently. And that's what they said he died of.
That's the thing. These motherfuckers are not just heavily fucking trained, like military-wise. These motherfuckers are highly psychologically trained. Like, these motherfuckers will move some shit around the outside of your house to make you scratch your head and start thinking, like, what the fuck? Did I move that?
That is the epitome of a fucking tweaker, dude. Typically, your psyop guys and your like fucking wet work guys are not the same guys ever. And then he's like, they're trained so much that to fuck with you that they'll go outside your house and they'll just move some shit like 3 inches this way. And then you come outside and you'll say, did I move that? What? That's different. Why was that moved? That is some tweaker shit, dude.
I know a lot of folks on here don't understand what I'm saying right now, and there's going to be somebody who's like, you're crazy. But you high up military folks, or you military folks that know a lot of shit.
What would be the goal of a military campaign where you go out and move something on someone's front porch by a couple inches? Like, I know we've seen movies where, like, somebody does something to make the main character feel like they're going crazy. But in real life, a real life application, like, let's say I show up at your house and you have, like, a rocking chair and a table. And as part of my psyop, once a week, I move your table by an inch to the left. Unless you're a tweaker, what is that? Is that going to affect you some way? They'll move some shit outside your house, and you'll be like, did I move that? And it's hardcore, guys.
And even some of y'all that have been to Afghanistan,
yep,
know that the Afghans are good at psychological warfare. You know what I'm saying, so it don't matter.
Nope. I didn't pick that up, Ryan, that the Afghans are good at psychological warfare. That's not something I picked up.
Towards the end of me having any of these security guards that was attached to this quote unquote winter group, they started getting scared, and I could tell because they started hiring motherfuckers who suck complete fucking ass. So
wait, I thought they were the top of the line, trained assassin killers, and also trained as high as you can be trained in psychological warfare, or they were hiring people that sucked. Which one? I would say what happened is you probably had a really good... I've worked private security. I've worked high-end private security. Fucking VIP and escorts and all kinds of shit. Armored vehicles, done it. What usually happens is you have a really good group of guys that work really together, that work really well together, that do a really good job together, they communicate well. They're usually friends outside of work, and they do a really good job. They know how each other work. They know how you move. I know how you shoot. I know your call outs. I know everything about you because we work together all the time. When you have, and you probably had that at one time, probably a really good group of guys. When you have a very problematic clients, like maybe a client that complains a lot or flips out or is addicted to drugs and starts doing crazy shit on the fucking internet and accusing people of moving shit outside their house. Then you get people that are like, your top guys are now like, I don't know. I don't want to work that detail. I don't want to work that detail. So they have to find other guys who may not be as good or work together as well or whatever, and they just start rotating them in because they still have to provide security for you, but they're not going to run off their top guys, making them go to a fucking crackhead's house, right, that thinks that they're outside moving their lawn furniture to fuck with you. Those guys don't want to come back and work for you. The same reason both lawyers quit. The same reason your accountant quits. The same reason that all your friends left you, Ryan.
When the cops did show up to interview some of these people, probably, that was guards, they'd be like, what the fuck? This dude ain't no fucking guard. To throw the cops off, for instance.
So they hired shitty guards this is Ryan's working theory now. When Ryan started to figure out their plan to have him killed, I guess, they hired shitty guards. So when the cops showed up to interview the guards, the cops would be like, these aren't real guards. These guys can't be the masterminds behind a plot to assassinate Ryan Upchurch. Look how bad they are at being guards. Bro is losing it, dude. I don't want to see him snap. I don't want to see him found fucking face down in his fucking... I want him to get help. I don't think anybody's coming to kill you, Ryan. I don't think anybody's coming to hurt you. I do think you need a break from the internet and from the Adderall or whatever other stimulant. And you need to see a doctor. A good doctor. A private doctor. You don't have to put any of it on the internet. And you can go and speak. I have mental health problems. I'm not even judging you. Like, I see a therapist. I've got PTSD from my time in the military. I see a therapist. I talk to a therapist sometimes more often than other times. But I'm not even trying to shame you. You need help, bro.
Since Mark Hughes, he has 444 tattooed on his neck.
I don't know what this story is. It's just kind of random.
For instance, Mark Hughes, he has 444 tattooed on his neck. Dumb motherfucker got Ghost Ranch tattooed on his fucking throat. For real. And one of the high-end psychological motherfuckers that was there convinced him to fucking do it. Anyways, he wears a fedora and he works at Tootsie's now. He has 444 on the left side of his neck. He has Ghost Ranch on the front of his neck. And the Ghost Ranch, they generated it with AI and convinced him to get it tattooed on his throat. And that's the one that was dating the JJ, the Moolah girl or whatever. And then she ended up getting mad at me because I was like, this bitch changed her fucking name. She's like, what are you, fucking crazy? He's on drugs. Bitch, you just changed your name again. So, I mean...
So he says somebody named Mark Hughes. Yes, he has really bad asthma. That wheezing comes from him. So he says somebody named Mark Hughes, and he names the place where he works, was convinced by these ultimate psychological guys to get a tattoo that said Ghost Ranch. Ghost Ranch is Ryan's former house where he used to live. That's what he called it. Ghost Ranch. He says he has 444 tattooed and got Ghost Ranch. And because these guys are such elite psychological operators, they convinced this guy to get that tattoo, apparently.
You'll also see these motherfuckers frequently go into California. You know why? Because they can do some plastic surgery there. It's undocumented.
So the security guards also often go to California to get undocumented plastic surgery?
Surgery there. It's undocumented. Why? Because they can do some plastic surgery there. It's undocumented. That's why. Now look, I know there's a lot of folks in my DM right now being like, Church, bro, you better be careful. Dog, I'm straight, I can promise you that. But what I will say is this, do not get it fucking twisted. Trump's administration has had nothing to do with this. Trump's guys have nothing to do with this. And Trump has control of everything. And trust me, he's got us covered. And there's way more of Trump.
Trump has Ryan covered.
People than there is of these people. You can bet your fucking ass on that. So my homeboy Peyton has been helping me like watch the house and stuff. Looking.
So it says Rob started following you 8 hours ago.
Rob started following him 8 fucking hours.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. This is the Peyton guy. Rob started following Peyton 8 hours ago. The Rob Otero guy that he was talking about. The security guard with 2 names.
So my homeboy Peyton has been helping me like watch the house and stuff. Look at this. Rob started following him 8 fucking hours ago, bro.
Okay. Then we get this. And it says, explain this. look at my question. So he's working with AI, okay? And he typed in, who is MF underscore Dear Dorf, which is his childhood best friend, okay? In AI. And AI sends him a picture and whatever. And it says, here's a summary of what is publicly known about Robert Deardorf, social handle at MF underscore Deardorf. Along with what remains unclear, I'm sticking to facts, not verified claims. Not unverified claims. He uses the Instagram handle at MF underscore Deardorf, where his bio reads, small town hustler, gym rat, mechanic, motivational speaker, doer of a lot of cool stuff. Okay. So this is his childhood best friend that stopped hanging out with him again. It is drug-induced paranoia and psychosis and everybody, his friends, his manager, his lawyers, his accountant, everybody's had to leave him alone. I want him to get help. I don't want to see him fucking dead, but he's so fucking close to snapping, dude. And anytime, like he just said at the first of this video, he's like, all my friends all ran off at the same time and no one would tell me why. They just came up with some bullshit excuse like, you're on drugs, you're acting crazy. Yeah, that's the reason. Then we get this. It says, this is interesting because from what I'm gathering, this is a network and not a person. It's a ring of people. And he asks, now this is an interesting one. It says, percentage-wise, what are the chances of this being the same person, hypothetically speaking? It says, I can give you a hypothetical probability estimate, but I must be clear. I cannot identify this is something AI is not good at. I cannot identify the actual person. I can estimate the likelihood based on facial structure similarity, not identity. So here's a purely visual hypothetical probability. AI does not see pictures, okay? So when you take a picture, this picture and this picture, and say, is this the same person? They see ones and zeros, okay? They don't see pictures. But it says, hypothetical probability estimate. Based on the structural mouth of the eyes, nose, jaw, brow ridge, and the proportions, it's roughly about a 60 to 75% chance they could be the same person. Then he posts, so our government would have reversed it to make AI snitch on the correct people and not further confuse law enforcement. As if law enforcement is taking a picture and saying, is this the same person on AI? But whatever. We don't want to confuse law enforcement. And what pictures did he put in AI? So I think this is why one of these photos looks like Jelly Roll. He put this picture and this picture in AI. This one's Jelly Roll. This one is, he's a singer. This one is, his name's Ryan Upchurch. This is Jelly Roll, and this is Ryan Wedding, the escaped convict. He put these two pictures in AI and asked AI, what's the hypothetical likelihood that they're the same person? AI says, I can't do that. I can't identify people. I can't do anything. But hypothetically speaking, 60, 75%. But again, AI is not good at this stuff. And he says they're even wearing the same fucking clothes. Well, not quite. This is like a really thin hoodie. This is a collared shirt with buttons, but okay. This is more than likely why Deardorf met with Bonnie, Jelly Roll's wife or whatever. Used to be. I think maybe they broke up. I don't know. Deardorf, again, his best friend. Jelly Roll, obviously the musician. And Bunny XO is Jelly Roll's wife or whatever. What Ryan doesn't explain here is Ryan Wedding, the fugitive, has been a known entity for years, right? He was an Olympian. Jelly Roll has been a known entity for years. Okay? How can they be the same person when they've been two different people? It's not like Jelly Roll just appeared yesterday after Ryan Wedding went missing, or Ryan Wedding didn't exist at all until now. Like, they both live separate lives. This must why all these individuals hated me so much, and not one of them out of all of them had an explanation why. Well, they all did. They said, you're on drugs and you're acting crazy. They couldn't say the real reason they would be in prison for being involved in this tech scam drug ring thing, in quotes. And it says, this is why the Kylie Rodney case was such a problem. It exposed the blueprint. Now, again, Kylie Rodney is the girl that died out in California. Ryan's being sued by her family for saying some horrible defamatory shit about her. Like she wasn't real and it was all a scam to make GoFundMe money and she was trafficked, all kinds of crazy shit. Holy crap, X just officially released account locations, feature for all users worldwide. MAGA Inner War has just been exposed as foreigners posing as MAGA influencers to divide. It just shares a picture of Bongino. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, fraudulent money. We read this post the other day about the Somalis. And then he said, see, I was right. I was right. I told you there's two FBIs. This is a book by a MAGA adjacent person that claims that Biden manipulated part of the FBI or whatever.
I became the most
He shares this reel.
subpoenaed person in American history. 112 subpoenas for doing nothing wrong. I've never gotten so much as a traffic ticket. 91 indictments toward my father. They came after us like we were dogs.
That's all I do is listen to podcasts and audiobooks.
Melania's room, Erin's room. It was the government. It was Joe Biden. It was Merrick Garland. We know that Hillary paid for the dirty dossier. We know that Barack Obama was the one that did the Russia hoax. They weaponized every bank. They weaponized every financial institution. They weaponized the DOJ. They spied on our campaign. And
He's a very niche musician. I mean, he has made it. He's worth millions of dollars, but he's kind of like niche. He's not mainstream. He's an independent artist. But he did really well as an independent artist.
When none of this worked, you know what they did? They tried to shoot my father because they couldn't control us. We weren't one of them. We love this country. We love our nation. We love the Constitution. We love God. We love faith. We love freedom. And our country was going to hell. So guess what? We fought relentlessly.
They arrested a president, his White House chief of staff.
So he goes on all these Trump videos, right?
Republicans decided that they're going to start this narrative that me, the state representative who represents downtown Nashville, doesn't like the city.
Because I hate the city, I hate the bachelorettes, I hate the pedal taverns, I hate country music, I hate all of the things that make Nashville, apparently.
Hell no. Then he starts saying that the Nashville school shooter and Vanderbilt neurologist Whitney Boone look too similar, I guess. He posts this twice. Nashville shooter, Audrey Hale, Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, Dr. Whitney Boone, who is like in a relationship with the Nashville mayor.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett out here in front of House
Tim Burchett
and my buddy Brian Stiles getting ready to hold the committee meeting on the insider stock trading. And I woke up this morning ticked off. I went to bed ticked off, and I'm going to light it up. So get ready. I hope y'all get to see at least part of this press conference. Got a little bit of the press here. Hey guys, peace.
Then someone shared this from the Four Brothers podcast. It says, yes, the peasants will speak of a man named Upchurch and your sons for hours every day while they beg others for money. I have no idea what this is. Hold on. It's a podcast with 600 followers. Entertainment dudes is what they call themselves. So I guess they must be Ryan followers. They're sharing a bunch of Jelly Roll stuff. But Ryan Upchurch Gotcha Man stuff. Yeah, they just must be some fans of his. He shared their stuff.
Just this week, Joint Task Force Alpha took 4 major enforcement actions. Right here in Tampa, we unsealed the indictment charging 12 defendants operating a massive illegal smuggling ring. The defendants engaged in a conspiracy to bring illegal aliens from Cuba to the U.S. for profit. They coached their clients, including children who came to airports alone, came to our country alone, were put on planes for connecting flights, lied to Border Patrol agents due to coaching and law enforcement. They charged up to $40,000 per victim. They used Zelle to transfer over $7 million over the course of this scheme, and I believe had profits, cash of over $18 million.
Then he shares this post about Trump reposted Glenn Beck that says, oh, this is the law that he's saying these senators broke for telling people not to follow unlawful orders. Then we get into the story from Deerdorf. So this is Deerdorf's story, and we're going to back up because Deerdorf addresses it just once or twice here. It's not much. Deerdorf tries to stay out of this. This is Ryan's childhood friend, and Ryan basically has ran off everyone around him, right? So Deerdorf addresses this just a couple times.
Morning, motherfuckers of Instagram. Your boy's on doctor duty this morning.
This used to basically be like his right-hand man. Childhood friends, grew up, done everything together. Ryan helped buy this guy a house and vehicles. They hung out. They made all their videos together. And even he had to cut ties with Ryan because of his paranoia and accusations and all the crazy stuff going on.
My 6-year-old woke up sick, so we just...
It's not that video.
Sometimes this is the things you got to do on the hustling game, man. To buy, sell, trade, and swap it.
There's only like 1 or 2 that mention it.
Spend more money on things than what you want to make it run and drive like it's supposed to. Shit here is like oh shit, a fucking black Explorer. Fucking F.
So he's making fun of Ryan seeing the white and black SUVs.
Yeah, that's that guy. Drugs are bad.
It says dare to resist drugs and thinking you're a Google investigator. Drug abuse resistance education.
You shouldn't do drugs. Drugs are bad, guy. Holy fuck, get that guy some help. But hey,
get him some help for sure.
I'm gonna make a video later on.
That does sound like a cool job.
Working on this fan and shit, getting my things done that actually is important. I'll make a skit. Stay tuned for that.
So he says he's going to make a skit about it. And then he shares this and it says, if you Google dumbass motherfucker, these are the posts that come up.
Man, them Google searches or something, ain't they?
Disclaimer, not a real Google search, where at least this time, maybe they don't update as fast as you'd like.
Fucking moron. Somebody said, hey, you said you was getting chicken noodle soup this morning, and the next conspiracy rant, that's going to stand for kilo. You've been getting them chicken noodle soup kilos. Chicken noodle soup kilos.
He even makes fun of him whispering. And usually Deerdorf tries to stay above this, but I'm sure it bothers him at some point.
The suspense and tapping the damn buttons. Oh shit, the fuzz done pulled up. The fuzz! Hands up!
Your husband probably knows who Ryan Upchurch, or might know who Ryan Upchurch is. So these are some of the cars they bought that were all police auction cars.
Quit resisting!
Can't show that. That was nudity.
Video today. I'm still busy as shit. We got the minivan done this morning, put a radiator in it, and now I'm working on my C10, bounce back and forth from other projects, cleaning up, headed to the dump. I come back, I gotta get started on a 4-wheeler. I got 2 4-wheelers I gotta get done this week for sure. Collect money on one and get the other dropped off.
Deerdorf just does like mechanic work, so he catalogs a bunch of it, like that.
So here's what they sound like. Fact.
I think that might be it that he covered, because it's getting into nighttime now.
All right. Coming together. Well,
he says he's going to make a video about it, but he didn't have time today. Then he shares this video, and it says, beat them at their own game. That was the latest. That was the latest Gotcha Man video. So let's do this. Gotcha Man covered it as well. Ryan's latest little meltdown. Beat them at their own game is the name of it. We'll watch some of it, but if you want to see the rest of it, go to the Gotcha Man on YouTube.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta play their game, man. Stoop down to their level, if you will. You know, there's an old saying my foster dad used to always tell me, if anybody asks, me and the foster daughters don't sleep together. Tell you what else he used to tell me. Sometimes you gotta fight fire with fire, right? Sometimes you just gotta meet people where they're at and play their game. Let's get a second.
I think more people probably know who Ryan Upchurch is around me because I'm from Tennessee and Ryan's from Tennessee. And he didn't make it. He told the record labels wanted to sign him. He told them no, and he made it on his own. And he might be niche, but he's big with the people that like him, you know, and he has a really dedicated fan base, but he's driven a lot of them away, everybody around him. He had his parents driven away for a while. His manager's now gone. Both his lawyers quit. His accountant quit. All his friends are gone. His own cousin won't speak to him anymore.
Camera angle with this, in case for some reason that gets corrupt. But old Jerry likes to point out, oh, such and such looks like so-and-so.
Sometimes I get video equipment from churches.
Yeah. Oh, did you notice when so-and-so shaved his beard, he looks just like this one guy? That must make him just pretty much the same person, right? Well, I tell you what, Jerry, you look an awful lot like Gary Busey.
Acting a lot like Gary Busey for sure.
So you know what? From this day forward, I'm announcing that is your official name, Jerry Busey. And I got a little song to kick it off. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Jerry Busey, Jerry Busey, Jerry Busey, Jerry Busey. I'm still working on it. Fuck you. I can hear Dierdorf now. What a moron. Much like how Daggy, when he walks into his local police station, you're a moron. I told you they're the same person. I heard Triple T the other day going, man, they really are the same person. Yeah, I've been saying that. Daggy, and speaking of Daggy, come on, church, do something legitimate. Do something that he can brag about. Dude ain't made a video in a week and a half. He's like,
did a good job.
Nothing to defend. He's out there filming the fog on the lake. Nah, man, this dude, it's bad, man. I tell you what, though, let's talk about what our favorite Jerry Busey thing is. My favorite is, it's just me personally, and you guys put yours in the comment below what your favorite Jerry thing is. My favorite thing is how he just completely gives up on an investigation, right? He just files that bitch away, just in like, whatever. You know, we'll let a rookie detective come in and take over that case file. What I mean by that is, like, he comes on here and he says he found all the evidence and knew exactly why Adam.
He said he solved the Kylie Rodney case. Remember, he went on that podcast and they knew he was spun up. They're like, oh, have you solved the case? He's like, half of it at least.
Went to Mexico and that they're all busted. Kiss the ground, motherfuckers are going to prison, right? And then a couple weeks later, doesn't mention it again. Says that he found this house that somebody bought illegally with his money and sending goons that way to go evict him and rip him out of there, right? And he just files it away like, And then here recently,
Here's what I don't want to do. I'm having fun and we're joking and, you know, Ryan and back and forth and making jokes and he's clearly spun up on, he's tripping, right? He's geeked out. I don't want to open YouTube or something tomorrow, open the internet, social media tomorrow and hear that he died or that he snapped or that he fucking killed somebody or that he went postal or like, I do want him to get help 100%.
He had busted this security team. That's a huge deal, Jerry. That's a man. Like, you don't want to go and get your plaque and your award for, like, the bravery and honor that it takes to solve a case like that. You know? I mean, you were at the door and your fucking whitey-tighties with a thing on you. You know how hard it is to hold one of them? And, man, honestly, though, you cracked the case, man. You found out. Not me. Not Jerry Busey. You ain't get me that easy. I know you're from Truckee, California, and I had my boys follow you down to the gas station, and the police was involved, and he solved the whole case, people. But it's a new week now, and we're on all new people. We're on Ryan Wedding now. He's going to solve his case, too, and then move on. That's what he does. That's my favorite thing about him. Now, you talk about solving cases, man, and I'm gonna solve one for you real quick, Jerry. Besides the case that I've been telling you for the longest about how you can't figure out why all your friends don't want to be your friend anymore, and why everybody just separated themselves from you, you go on and on about that, and that was an easy one. It's because you're abusing Adderall, and you're out of your fucking mind.
There you go.
It's really that simple. But this other case...
And they all told you that, and you just dismissed it as bullshit excuses.
Because if you're keen and listening in, he just got done telling us that the new financial people, the new people that he hired, the new attorney, they're all backing away too. They're all taking off, right? And he's like, oh, and now all of a sudden they're trying to walk away too. And what the fuck? They must be guilty of something. Or, shout out to Hard Target, because I didn't know this existed. It could have something to do with this.
So this is what we have. Who the fuck is Michael? That was
This is him lashing out at his accountants.
who the fuck is Michael Wetzel? That was it Tim Wetzel? Who the fuck are you talking about? Well, I'm sure yes. I've never heard of a Tim Wetzel in my fucking life. I have all the documents. Y'all need to start making some goddamn motherfucking sense. This is what we have right here. This is her Bethany's email. And you wanna know what? While we're fucking at it, why don't you tell the white I know about these goddamn Mexico Davidson buddies who've been doing illegal activity on the backside? How about that? Don't look at me like that. I'll knock the fuck out of you right now. I'll beat your fucking ass.
Yeah, turns out you can't just have...
That's him talking to his financial management company representative. The people who do his payroll and taxes and pay his bills and shit. No wonder nobody wants to fucking work with you.
And set your employees down and talk to them crazy. As a matter of fact, if I was one of them...
The worst month of my life.
Oh, shit.
Employees, I would take that video immediately down to whoever you take it to, and I would get my piece of the pie too. I'd take you down and have a loose vision of how I'm going to live the rest of my life off your stupid ass for talking to me like that. You can't, bruh. And you ain't whipping nobody's ass. Stop it, bruh.
I'll knock the fuck out of you right now. I'll beat your fucking ass.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Ooh, here comes Ryan on crack. The crackhead you'll remember. You know it's good when he plays Men in Black, but I ain't playing that shit. I got bills to pay, bro. Woo!
Some Tennessean finna be rich as fuck.
Up, Church, how is this possible? Why is that popping up in your search?
Because my fucking ex-lawyer sold my personal metadata to somebody. I wonder why.
Ryan later admits that he has no idea what metadata is, but somebody told him that.
And to think people ask me all the time, gotcha, man, why do you still cover this guy? Why don't you just let it go, man? Why don't you just let it be? Let it be? You got Jerry Busey in a shower.
I wonder why.
Screaming that his lawyer sold his metadata, whatever the fuck that means, and how he drew that conclusion was the fact that he tried to Google some shit that made no sense, and Google basically said, be more specific. And you got Jerry Busey in the shower screaming, dog, this idiot Googled Deardorff Mercules argument. His buddy from high school, who's not his buddy anymore and calls him by moron, his last name, the stage name for a Canadian rapper, and then argument. It was like better every time. That's why.
And it literally, the example it gave him was like, don't search how to make a cake. Instead, don't search how to make a cake. Search cake recipe. And Ryan took the word cake and thought in his head, oh, that must mean wedding cake. And my name's Ryan. And the guy the FBI is looking for is Ryan Wedding. So that must mean there's a conspiracy to have me assassinated in my home. Dude, I've made some leaps before based off fallacy. I've never made a leap that far. That is like fucking Evel Knievel over the Grand Canyon leap. I searched something that came back with no results. And I didn't know this. Gotcha Man points out, watch this in just a second, about Ryan's metadata.
I cover it because Jerry Busey is fucking hilarious, man. He doesn't, we're laughing at him, not with him. Then AI said, doesn't look like there's many matches to what you're trying to get at. Try being more specific. Like if you're looking for a cake recipe, instead of just putting cake, flour, bowl, how about you put, how do you make this type of cake? Or what are the ingredients to do this type of cake? And this dude immediately, he seen that and he went, you know what? Cynthia Sherwood.
And when I started figuring out everybody's bullshit.
I think it's worth noting too that this idiot wasn't even signed in to the Google account.
He claims that I didn't even notice this. This is very good. He claims that Cynthia Sherwood, his former lawyer, sold his metadata, and that's why he's getting search results that say maybe you should type in cake recipe instead of how to make a cake. He wasn't even signed into Google. He wasn't even signed in. If he's not signed in, what metadata? Anyways, guys, go watch the rest of the Gotcha Man video. It's pretty good. I don't want to take views away from him. I know I don't. It probably doesn't affect him, but still, I don't want to do that. And then we basically wasted the whole show on Ryan Upchurch. I promise I won't cover him on the next show. I know some people get tired of, but he's so close to snapping. I just want to see him get help. It's also hilarious at the same time. But before we do that, we're going to go over the Burt Lynch Truth page and check on what Burt's been. I can't stand to watch a full Burt show anymore. So let's just go through the clips. Burt Lynch Truth over on Facebook. Check them out. Let's see what we got.
didn't get the apartment today. I get a chance to go and look at it tomorrow and make them an offer on it, and fingers crossed.
Do you make offers on rental properties?
They're going to they're going to accept my application, and they're going to let me move in on Monday. That's what I hope. But it's not a done deal, and that's why I just said I'm hoping that if everything goes right tomorrow, I start breaking down the place, packing it up tomorrow night, and I move in over there on Monday. If that doesn't happen, then
Kenny Chesney's famous and short. Brad Paisley's famous and short. Justin Moore is famous and short.
I'm stuck here for 2 or 3 days until they kick me out. I didn't get...
So Bert's still getting evicted. Let's see what this one is. And he's got to make an offer on his new apartment.
I'll do it. I'll get it figured out.
It said, why would anyone need to question if you're really moving, Bert? Why would you make it a point to let everybody know that your setup will look exactly the same?
I'll do it. I'll get it figured out. I just hope that I don't end up having to pawn the equipment, because I want to come back on the air on Tuesday with you guys. I want to be set up in the new place by then.
Would you guys watch me if I just blatantly beg like this? Like, I understand I asked for donations. You can support the show. There's like a link. I'm actually going to share the link right now. But if I just blatantly came on here and was like, you guys won't help me, and I just need you to send me, $500 tonight, or I'm going to be like, what the fuck? God damn. I can't even stand watching it in clips. There's my link if you want to support the show.
God willing, and come back on the air. It'll probably look just like this because I'll set it up exactly like this. You won't. Oh. You'll be going like, how do we know he moved?
Right. How do we know we had to donate for him to get a new apartment if everything looks exactly the same?
I'm going to stream some of it. I'm going to stream the move in. I'll do it. I'll get it figured out. I just hope that I don't.
Okay. He says being 2 days late and getting an eviction notice is absurd. Meanwhile, he's been late way longer, hasn't paid rent, and is over here planning to pawn equipment to chase an apartment he's not even approved for. Then he loses it. Screw you people. You people are a bunch of idiots. He swears he's yelling at other channels, but really he's just mad at anyone with a functioning brain cell, because the only thing he's fighting at this point is reality, and reality has already clocked out for the day. So this is another little crash out he has. The reason that he's getting notices for being 2 days late is because he's in a weekly place, right?
And say hi and at least let everybody know what's going on, because I didn't. And I made that decision yesterday. I said, I'm not going to tear down the studio until I actually have a key in my hand. Because if I do get an eviction notice on Monday, it'll be Tuesday before they serve it and Wednesday before they can kick me out. But I don't want that to happen. I want to pay them what I owe them and leave.
But he doesn't have a job. He doesn't make any money. If he's supposed to pay this place before he leaves, then you have to give him the money.
And that way I don't screw up my credit. To be 2 days late and get a 7-day notice is absurd.
Yeah, but you pay every 7 days.
So you make fun of me all you want to over there on the other channels. I don't care.
Okay.
Screw you people.
You're welcome.
Try living your life where you have to pay your rent.
He's been bumming like this for years.
Tuesday. And
we do, Bert. I don't know if you understand this. He says, try living your life.
Every Tuesday. Over there on the other channels. I don't care. Screw you people. Bunch of idiots. Try living your life where you have to pay your rent every Tuesday.
Everybody lives their life this way. We get it. You have to pay rent every Tuesday. 1/4 of what the rest of us pay once a month. If you're paying weekly, we understand that. We're paying monthly, but we're paying 4 times what we would have to pay weekly. We're not getting a deal. We're not getting a discount. If you pay your rent monthly, or your mortgage or whatever, we're paying 4 times what we would pay. We could pay it weekly if we wanted to. It would just be 1/4 of what we pay monthly.
Try living your life where you have to pay your rent every Tuesday. And if you're late by even a day, they start paperwork against you. Try living your life that way.
Yeah, it's the same amount. All right. The Burt Lynch Begathon is in full swing. Burt wants to walk away from Siegel Select Suites, owing them a couple of weeks' rent, and get a new place with a 1-year lease he thinks he can't get kicked out of. Burt, just so you know, you still have to pay your rent when you have a lease. You need to stop lying, telling your viewers you promise you will be live 6 nights a week if they help you out is a total lie. Stop making promises you have no intentions of keeping. All right, here we go.
And I want to make sure that you folks are still in the room because it's dead silence, and it could be because I need to refresh. Let me do that and see if you guys are there, and I just haven't been able to see you as we're having so much trouble with Rumble these days.
Yes, the fact that he's like, oh, I'm really up against it, guys. Like, I'm not going to make it.
And I didn't see any.
I'm about to get evicted. And then he takes 3 days off to watch baseball, to watch the World Series.
In the chat room, I do notice that we have 10 thumbs up and 24 thumbs down again.
Doing good, Bart.
It's crazy. But that's what these guys, the people in No Lives, they come over here just to give a thumbs down and just to take notes and report back to their dear leader so that they can scream and holler and whine about Bert.
That's right.
I think they're just jealous of my hair. That's what I think.
There you go. I am super jealous.
I do got some pretty good hair. It's out of
I couldn't imagine getting your bill for Just for Men or your hair dye or whatever you use.
control. It's so long. It's so long. If I did one of these things, it would just be like an afro.
Okay. Weird humble brag. Imagine thinking a YouTube video about scams is the same as checking reviews. Bert, I checked the reviews. Also, Bert watches one random scam video and calls it research. Got it.
Let me hear the phone ding. Let me hear the phone ding tonight. Last night we got one donation of $10. So that's the way it goes. This show.
Hunter Hayes.
I did all. Ruda, I've done.
He's really short.
At the tip, can you look online for reviews or something from the rental companies? What you find is what I played for you earlier. When you go looking for that stuff, you find everybody screaming scam, scam, scam. There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of that.
So when he looks at reviews of this rental company he's supposed to be working with, everything says scam, 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 scam. But he found one good video that says it's not a scam.
Going on. And this particular place I'm getting is a condo that's privately owned. So we have to make sure I have to cross my T's, dot my I's, and make sure that I get a legitimate key and these guys can answer if they can answer the right questions, I think we'll be all right.
I don't know much about country music. I'm going to be honest with you. I Googled shortest country musicians.
Very accommodating, which is a little bit odd, but hey.
They're being accommodating because they want you the fuck out of there. You don't pay your rent.
It's just because I've got a nice, smooth, soothing voice over the phone.
Oh, maybe he's talking about the new place.
Zelle, PayPal, that's the best way to get anything over, and I do need your help. So in advance, I thank you.
He thanks us, chat. More donations for Bert, who is giving him $200 and $300 at a time. You are enabling his gambling habits. Bert needs to quit gambling and get a job. Listen to this. We're halfway there, chat.
Oh.
He thinks that if he moves to a place with a 1-year lease, which technically it is, he thinks it'll be harder to kick him out because they'll have to do actual. Right now, he's basically in a hotel that he's paying for week to week. And there's less restrictions about kicking people out because it's a hotel, basically. It's a long-term hotel, but it's a hotel. When he gets a lease, they'll have to actually go through the court system, and when he's behind on rent, it'll be a big ordeal to evict him. So I have a little more buffer room between beg sessions.
Oh, well, thank you for that. And see, now Zelle is not notifying me unless it's coming through. Let's see. My goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It did not come through, but somebody in the room just sent us $250.
Oh.
God bless you.
God bless you guys.
We're halfway to what I have to have tomorrow.
So he gets a $250 donation. He's like, we're halfway to what I have to have first thing in the morning. What the fuck, dude?
We also just got another donation. I won't say who it's from. It was $20. Thank you for that.
Amazing.
You know what I'm talking about.
For anyone struggling with ear ringing, do not drink cold water. You may not know this, but the biological...
See, I'm not even... With you guys sending me all of those notifications, trying to chat with me, I'm missing these donations, and I want to say thank you for them. So there we go. That's a God bless you both. See, that's God. Satan does not want me to succeed.
God wants him to beg for his rent money. We are Satan over here, and that's why we make fun of him.
And his supporters, the people that are rooting against me, are being they're getting rewarded by Satan because Satan wants to see me lose everything. And these people that are rooting for me to lose everything.
What a weird grift. Like, you got to send money to me if you believe in God, because Satan is rewarding the other people.
Getting rewarded by Satan because Satan wants to see me lose everything.
He doesn't do a religious show, right? He does a knockoff fucking stealing clips from Alex Jones show.
And these people that are rooting for me to lose everything, their hearts are being poisoned by the spirit of Satan, not God. They're atheists. They're agnostics.
My checks are signed by Satan. I don't know if you guys have been getting the same checks I do.
They're sinful people.
It's a pretty big check, okay? He gives me $1 for every one of Bert's viewers. So lately I've been making almost $6.
And they're so hateful that they enjoy when I'm miserable. They enjoy when I'm telling you guys something's wrong. Mona says, wow, that's awesome, Bert. Christine says, let go and let God. Testing. Hi, Alexandre. Oh, well, thank you for that.
So somebody sent him a $200 donation. He tries to get more by saying, you got to for Satan, to beat Satan. 10 thumbs up and 24 thumbs down. Read the room, Bert. 5 of your 10 viewers have been supporting you for over a year. Get a job and stop abusing the elderly. I agree with that statement.
And I want to make sure that you folks are still in the room because it's dead silence, and it could be because I need to refresh. Let me do that and see if you guys are there, and I just haven't been able to see you as we're having so much trouble with Rumble these days. I refreshed, and I didn't see any more in the chat.
I know we just saw this clip, but I want to laugh at it again.
I do notice that we have 10 thumbs up and 24 thumbs down again.
Yeah, you do.
It's crazy, but that's what these guys, the people in no lives, they come over here just to give a thumbs down and just to take notes and report back to their dear leader.
I'm the dear leader, by the way. I know you were thinking Kim Jong-un. It's actually me. I'm dear leader. How dare you talk about food in Bert's chats?
That's our Trump. Here's a little bit more on that story. Obviously, the girls are bored with this story because they're talking about food now.
Oh, that makes him mad.
That's our Trump.
He had a fucking meltdown. Bert, tell me you talk too much without telling me you talk too much. I appreciate Bert Lynch Truth for keeping all these clips so I don't have to watch the whole show.
During the day, and I think it was around 300 vehicles. In that accident that I just barely avoided, I think there was about 20 cars in that one. I mean, somebody rear-ended somebody, and then it just started piling up, and I just barely got out of it, man. I don't. If there had been a car...
Oh, this is how God saved him from a car crash.
Right lane next to me, because this was like a 5-lane road, and I'm in like the middle, There was at least one more lane to my left, nowhere to go, cars piling up there. And it wasn't time for me to even check my rearview mirror or check anything. I just got out of that lane. And if there had been anybody next to me, I'd have hit them. I mean, that literally was the grace of God. It was. There's no other way to explain it. Oh, Bert, you just got lucky. No, God was riding in the seat right there with me and Dan. It wasn't that. Me and the girl. And, no, it was pretty damn scary. And I'd had a couple drinks, too. I mean, if I had been in an accident, I'd have been in big trouble. It probably would have killed her.
Wait, so you were driving under the influence and almost got in a wreck?
Scary. And I'd had a couple drinks, too. I mean, if I had been in that accident, I'd have been in big trouble. It probably would have killed her. And who knows? It probably would have killed us both. I'm just so grateful to God that I survived that. It sure as hell woke me up.
Yeah, God was right there with you, having those drinks and almost killing somebody in a car accident.
I'm a much more observant driver now for that fact, no doubt.
He doesn't say anything about not drinking and driving. He's more observant.
Credit to where credit belongs. God saved and said, no, it was during the day, and I think it was around.
He's a washed-up lounge singer in Las Vegas who refuses to get a job and just begs for money online. Literally by saying stuff like, God wants you to give me money because Will, who makes a show about me, he's with Satan. So he just quoted the definition of insanity.
Let me refresh it and see where it is. Don't have to worry. It's not that anymore. It's 15 down. I'm sorry, 15 up and 30 down.
15 thumbs up, 30 thumbs down. Read the room, buddy.
They hate me. They love to hate me out there. We picked up another follower. We now have 412 followers. After 10 and a half months of being on Rumble, we don't even have 500 followers. I only have 2 permanent subscribers. You folks watch me every night.
It's your fault he can't pay his rent and won't get a job.
You don't subscribe, you don't follow, you don't hit the thumbs up, and you don't make donations.
Chastise him.
Every night. What was the definition of insanity? Doing the same old thing over and over and over and expecting a different result?
Hell yeah.
I'm sitting here calling people retarded while I'm acting like an insane person.
Nailed it.
Well, if you haven't already done it, think about following me, okay, you guys? Follow me.
Hold on. That face at the end. Look. Oh, woe is me. Look how sad I am. Look at this face at the end. Watch him make his... Look. Look how pitiful I am. Pay my rent. If you haven't already done it, chat, think about following me. Does that move you, chat?
All right. Refresh it and see what it is.
When viewers don't pay my rents. Basically. Argue with him for 2 seconds. He's already talking about Oh, this was disgusting. Listen to this clip. He's arguing with somebody in the chat or comments or something.
Not edgy. I just didn't think how you presented it was okay. Are you going to pick a fight with me tonight?
Oh, shit.
Not edgy. I just didn't think how you presented it was okay. Are you going to pick a fight with me tonight? Really? We have to meet at the Villages and have makeup sex. I'll bring my multicolored loofah. Not edgy. I just.
So that tells you, Bert watches our show.
Didn't think how you presented it was okay.
What did we just cover? The Villages. Nothing says I don't respect women. This is the rest of that. I think this is the clip.
It just needs to stop. So here's a little bit more about, because if I don't stop, these girls are going to fight with me all night long, and there's not going to be any makeup sex. So this ain't going to end up fun.
How disgusting to tell your followers, like, you can't argue with me if you're female, The only way I'd let you argue with me if there was makeup sex afterwards.
It just needs to stop.
It's giving Eeyore. Well, I suppose. That's very funny.
It just needs to stop. So here's a little bit more about, because if I don't stop, these girls are going to fight with me all night long, and there's not going to be any makeup sex. So this ain't going to end up fun.
He has very, very backward views about women. Like, I joke about backwards views about women all the time just to piss off Legend. And plus, you know, if her husband allows her to be mad at me, that's his prerogative as her property. But he has legit views about women like that. Whoa, tough guy. Who is harassing who and who is threatening who? You better take a good look in the mirror. Let's see.
To do is restrain them from coming in contact with me. In fact, that's the first thing I want to have happen.
Oh.
Because then I'll teach them a lesson, and they might keep their damn mouth shut. But they won't do that because they know that I'm not just a keyboard warrior like they are. I'm a grown-ass man. So, yes, I do get harassed, and when I move from here, no one's going to find out my address at my new place. And I am going to make sure, and thank you for bringing it up, Robert, but don't bring it up anymore. Want to do is
he's being harassed, guys. By the way, I wonder why when he covers, you know, Jasmine Crockett or Ilhan Omar or any of the other people that are, you know, in the world and on the internet, I wonder why he doesn't consider himself harassing them. Because when he's covered for his begging and cheating and lying and investments, and one lady gave him, you know, $100,000 fucking dollars over the years in investments into his show, that's not or that is harassment. But when he covers everybody else, it's never harassment, is it? Who bought you your microphone? Was it Karen or Kelly? You have no right to make fun of anyone's equipment, Bert. When did you purchase any of your own equipment that was bought for him?
Any other questions? I just watched another podcaster who doesn't do many shows anymore, and he's gone and bought himself a microphone just like mine after criticizing my show, and I said, well, at least I don't have toy equipment. And he's upgraded his equipment for a second time this year. Good for you. I gotta say, he's making a ton of money in the podcast business because of how many people watch that show of his, but they keep preaching that QAnon thing, and I'm never gonna.
He's talking about Phil. Phil doesn't even have the same mic, so this is Bert's got the same mic as me, and Phil has the MVP version, which is the USB or XLR version. Mine and Bert's is SM7B. It's like a $400 mic, but Phil has the MVP7, I think is what it's called, which is you can use it with a USB MV7, and not MVP, MV7, which is USB version.
Going to do that. Never going to do it. Except to tell you that it's a joke. It's a big old joke. That's what it is.
Talking about how much money Phil makes. He's very jealous. Bert is getting ready to skip out on his rent at his current location so he can rent something bigger. He says the front desk doesn't like him because of his haters. Wrong. Bert, the front desk wants someone to rent the place that pays their bills. That's not you. You're a scammer, and you think you can talk your way out of everything. Come to find out, you can't talk yourself out of a wet paper bag. Happy trails, Bert. This is why his shit
changed from here.
This is why they hate him. Like, he doesn't pay. He gets an eviction notice every fucking week.
So I'm looking forward to it. I am going to need the help of you guys. Christine says someone has been tracking him. Yes, Christine, I've been harassed by people who do not like me, who don't like this show. And I have, just like all podcasters have, I have people that just don't like me. And I have other podcasters that tell their people to harass me, and they do. the harassment that
Don't harass Bert. Come on, guys.
Came here at this property probably led to my unpopularity with the front desk. They're looking.
You were unpopular and on the verge of getting kicked out long before we found out you were living at the Siegel Select Suites.
For a reason to make me leave, in other words. Not actually. I'm trying to.
He in his head, he thinks he's going to be the next Tucker Carlson or whatever big right wing person.
Figure out. Okay, I just had a pop up. I had to get rid of that.
His slogan is "I watch the news, so you don't have to," and he just plays clips of the news.
So, please
and Alex Jones and shit like that.
Using Zelle or pay.
Let's get one more. Where's Bert at the pawn shop? Mocking preachers, rambling about shoes, then making himself the victim. We watch, so you don't have to.
American. I am myself. Maybe I should start talking like John Hagee. Maybe I should talk like this, and then donations would go through the roof, and I could write a book, and you will buy my book, because I sound like this unbelievable. Why is it all the preachers talk like that? Why do all the preachers talk like that? All the ones in the South. Martin Luther King talked like that. I wonder if he talked like that all his life. Seriously. When he was like a kid, did he say, Daddy, I don't believe that I like these Nikes. I think I want me some Reeboks. What? Why do they talk like that?
Very, very funny, guys.
I'm a racist.
He used to do stand-up comedy.
Nikes. Yeah, whatever. American.
Eviction notice number 47 this month, and he's over there giggling like he won a scratch off. Nothing says I'm being kicked out, like zero panic whatsoever. Last one.
I'm asking you to make a donation tonight of $25. $25 is all I'm asking for. That's what I want tonight. We're going to set our goal for $25 donation. One, or just 5 donations for $5. Let's see if we can raise $25. Just for the heck of it, just to see if you guys are still alive out there. Can I get 5? Can I get $5? Anybody get a 5 or 5.5? Anybody 5? How about $10? Anybody get $10? $10.5. Going one time, going twice. Sold to the lady in the back of the room.
On the verge of getting evicted, dude. And he took 3 days off to watch baseball.
Oh my God. So
it is funny. He always has twice as many thumbs down as he does thumbs up.
Let's kick somebody out of the room.
I just kicked him out. Had to kick somebody out of the chat. Was that you as your Will Bird? We really love the entertainment value. When Bert goes off on Will Bird, I get a warm and fuzzy feeling when he does that. But deep down, we all know Will would beat the crap out of Bert. Will, please don't hurt our Bert. How will we get the news if you beat the crap out of him? That is true. How will you get the news? How do you have money for hair dye and Diet Coke? That was me waiting on him in my costume since he's coming in a costume. This is why he'll never have the big show he keeps bragging about. He rage quits his own streams like he's slamming the door at 12 Oh, okay. This will be the last one. This is probably a good one. Rumble is like YouTube, but for MAGA people.
Bobby,
where they can say what any conspiracy they want.
Points, and you can disagree with us. Okay, Bobby, you like some of my points, and you can disagree with us. Go to somebody else's room with this shit. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear any more of it.
Someone just said, I like some of your points, but I disagree with some of them. That's what set him off.
Okay, Bobby, you like some of my points, and you can disagree with us. Go to somebody else's room with this shit. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear any more of it. Bobby Adams, you're uninvited. Take a hike. Bo Sweeney, you're sitting on the fence, big dog. That other cat that I shut off, Jerry, Fielder, take a hike. I want you in my room. I don't have an admin right now, but looks like it's time for me to get one.
Bo Sweeney.
But I will be unfriending you cats as soon as we get off this show. I don't need this. Okay, I don't need this. I can go if I want to get mistreated. I'll call my ex-wife. Bunch of jackasses. I'm out. Peace out, folks. Okay, Bobby.
I'm out. I'm out. Getting mistreated over here, and I'm out. Done here. Why did you go on your show last night and say we were good friends, that I offered you a show if you were willing to move to Missouri? I have never had a conversation with you in my life, and if we did, I certainly do not recall. I also have the messages with you on Facebook Messenger, which are minimal, and me saying I had never listened to your show. One of your producers or someone reached out to me a couple years ago about having you on our stations. Maybe it was you. I'm not even sure. And I told whoever it was that we focus on local, which means people located in Missouri. It was simple as that. So please make sure you're being accurate if you mention our names. Here's one of his pities. I'm not coming back if you guys don't donate.
If we can find one. I hadn't planned on doing this, but hell, I'll hang out with you guys. It's after midnight anyway. No one's made any donations. You guys are probably going to be the last show. I keep saying this, y'all. It's gonna be I can't pay the internet. We're not getting any donations. But I'm still here trying to entertain y'all.
Man, you can pay the internet.
Let's see if we can find one.
All right. I'm done with Bert. That was Ryan Upchurch and Bert Lynch. Both law cows in different ways. Thank you guys for joining us. If you want to support my show, you don't have to. It's not required. I'm not going to yell at you. But if you want to support my show, go to this link here. There's 3 different ways that you can donate. There's PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and Dono Clip. You can send a message with it. I'll read it on air. Thank you for it personally. But just go to that link right there, and then it'll take you to one of these websites, and you can make a donation. Help me pay the bills here. That's how I keep my show going. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Poor Eeyore. Oh, that's right. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining us. To the new people, I appreciate you guys coming hanging out. We just cover crazy stuff on the internet at night. So thank you guys. Everybody have a good night. I'll see you in the next one. If I don't see you again, I know people are traveling and going around. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and I'll see you when you get back. And everybody else, thanks for joining us. I'll see you on the next one. Hopefully tomorrow. I'll be driving for a few hours tomorrow, and if something happens like a breakdown or whatever, I won't be live tomorrow, but maybe. Either way, thank you guys for joining us. See you on the next one. Have a good night. Love you. See you. Bye.
But I can tell you this about if this.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Barry.
This particular show, you don't have the fork and balls to call out the people on this planet.
It was fun hanging out and introduce you to weird people on the internet.
And telling the rest of the
There's enough of them.
Have the fork and balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like four in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G tower.
Tomorrow I'm going to get a leaf vac, like a yard leaf vac, walk behind, self-propelled thing. Kind of looks like a big push lawnmower, but I got to drive like a couple hours to go get it and a couple hours back, and then, yeah. So if I get back in time, me and Dr. J may play a video game. It seems pretty cool.
best, you know that stage is set. You better
This song was made for me by a viewer. It's got clips of me and other people talking shit about me and me talking shit about them. It's from a guy named Jay Reese, but it's actually really good.
some of us meat rockets. I strapped it to my
It's got a bunch of my quotes in it and words I say and clips of going back and forth.
trumpet between
It's my outro song.
baby O and
I think I've got it on my YouTube channel somewhere. But.
said this is gonna be
Good night, guys.
Wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. What are you doing? Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. My mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me oh my God. Damn it. Here we go. I think I started some shit. Piss them off. It's about to get lit. Get the place in the best. You know that's.
We troll a lot of people. That's why we have clips of people talking shit about me and me talking shit about them. It's fun. All in good fun.
Shit.